I'm outside King's Cross in central London. Platforms behind me back there. On the platforms right now, there's a Lumo train and also a Hull trains. Now these are what we call open access operators. But do you know what an open access operator is and how it works and why it's different to a regular train operating company? So we're going to talk about the existing ones that there are, and also there are some brand new ones coming to Britain's railways in the next couple of years that you may have never heard of, and it's exciting because there are going to be new operators on the railways. Let's talk about them all.
So there are two types of operators running passenger services in Great Britain. The first is franchised operators, who hold contracts with the government to run services, whilst open access operators work independently of and often in competition with those franchises. For example, the East Coast Main Line is dominated by LNER, but Lumo started in 2021 running services from King's Cross up to Edinburgh Waverley. Open access operators introduce competition between operators, which is shown to deliver benefits to passengers, but they also take on full commercial risk. No one is there to bail them out if it doesn't work as a commercial venture. They must also seek approval of the Office of Rail and Road before they start running to confirm track access agreements with Network Rail, setting out where and how often the operator intends to run its trains.
And that's the exciting part, because I'm going to quickly mention the ones that already exist and then all the ones that I don't think you've heard of yet, all the brand new open access operators that look likely to come to Britain's railways in the next couple of years.
So this is the one which you might likely know of already. Lumo runs 5 trains a day from London King's Cross up through Stevenage, Newcastle, Morpeth and then to Edinburgh Waverley. In the future, they'd like to extend to Glasgow Queen Street, plus have an extra London to Newcastle service. Also, they're currently running 5-car trains and they'd like to run 10-car trains in the future. Grand Central are a service currently running from London King's Cross through Bradford, Peterborough, Doncaster, Pontefract Wakefield, Murfield, Brighouse, Halifax, Lowmore and Bradford. There's also a Sunderland service via Peterborough, York, Thirsk, Northallerton, Eaglescliffe, Hartlepool and Sunderland. In the future, they've applied to stop at CM2, that's a stop between Hartlepool and Sunderland, and they've also applied to run extra services on the Yorkshire route. Then there's Hull Trains. That's a London King's Cross service, which goes to Stevenage, Grantham, Retford, Doncaster, Selby, Howden, Brough, Hull, Paragon, and then 2 trains a day to Cottingham and Beverley. Those are the ones which you've likely heard of. Now, how about this? A rundown of future train operating companies, all open access operators, which should be coming to the network. Lumo, currently running the King's Cross to Edinburgh service, have also applied to run London to Rochdale trains, potentially to start in 2027. That could be 6 return journeys a day, aiming to restore a direct Rochdale to London link via Manchester Victoria, which last ran in the year 2000. The trains will also call at Manchester Victoria, Eccles, Newton-le-Willows and Warrington Bank Quay. In the meantime, Hull Trains have applied for a King's Cross to Sheffield service, that's calling at Worksop and Retford. And how about this? The company known as Grand Union, who want to run a service from London to Scotland, calling at Milton Keynes, Nuneaton, Crewe, Preston, Carlisle, Lockerbie, Motherwell, Whifflet, Greenfolds, Larbert and Stirling. They also want to run a service out of Paddington heading west, going to Bristol, Severn Tunnel Junction, Newport, Cardiff Central, Gowerton, Llanelli and Carmarthen. Both these Grand Service open access operators have been approved, subject to rolling stock. And not all the open access operators are running out of London. How about this? Grand Union have got another brand, Alliance Rail, for a non-London open access operator. It's between Cardiff and Edinburgh. 5 services a day, proposed to call at Newport, Severn Tunnel Junction, Gloucester, Birmingham New Street, Derby, Sheffield, Doncaster, York, Newcastle and Edinburgh. Now, between 2008 to 2011, the Wrexham and Shropshire open access operator ran trains out of Marylebone, but now there's a new one with trains coming out of Euston. This is the Wrexham, Shropshire and Midlands Railway, and it plans to run trains to Milton Keynes, Nuneaton, Coleshill Parkway, Walsall, Wolverhampton, Telford Central, Shrewsbury, Gabowen and Wrexham General. And then finally, there's the big one, which does look like it's going to be happening. Virgin Trains could be back on the West Coast Main Line, with 4 routes here. All out of London Euston, a simple one just stopping at Coventry and Birmingham, one that stops at Tamworth, Lichfield, Runcorn and Liverpool, another one which goes to Manchester Victoria and then could either go to Bolton and Preston or to Rochdale, and then one all the way to Glasgow, with a new station at Goulburn and then stopping at Preston, Carlisle, Motherwell and Lockerbie.
And those are the brand new TOCs, the train operating companies, which are open access operators coming to Britain's railways in the next couple of years. Press subscribe and see you soon. Cheers, bye.